And so he analyzed it and cedar, and it is absolutely gorgeous inside. They've got some very, very beautiful stained glass windows in there as well. Those stained glass windows are actually dedicated to people from that time, prominent people in Orleans, because I worked there for 3 years. So definitely old. They got a write-up, and this is where Roy Rogers rode his horse Silver down the stairs into the bowling alley. So here we are at the art gallery. And this building that you see here was built in 1906. Oh no, it's just around the corner. Yeah. Sorry guys. But anyways, the building was built in 1906. And when it opened, it was the Vancouver Supreme Court House. In 1973, it was designated a heritage building. If you would like to go shopping, is an underground mall. So it's quite nice in there.
Oh.
And when we got back together again, my mom said to me, you see those two couches? It is owned by Umberto. He's a famous chef here in BC. And he's also created some of the meals. Now this bridge was named by Captain Vancouver, and he named it after a very, very good friend of his, whose name was Sir Harry Berard. The two of them actually sailed the West Indies together, and they intertwined their lives through the Navy together as well. And so he named this bridge the Berard Street Bridge. And Sir Harry Berard never came within 5,000 miles of this bridge. So again, Vancouverites, they know this as the planetarium. Always have. A theater. And they show all sorts of different shows about the solar system, the planets and stars, and just really it cost $47,000 to build, and it is so heavy that they had to barge it in. They could not. Ended up in Sydney, Nova Scotia, and it took 2 years and 4 months to get there, and she did it by way of the Northwest Passage. So she was the first ship to ever sail the Northwest Passage, folks. You can see a little bit of her through the windows here, the front end right here. And she came back to Vancouver. It took 80 other side. So you can see a bit of it there on the other side. The other thing I want you guys to see are the 3 buildings that pop up from the bridge right there. You guys can see those. That, folks, is Athletes Village, and that's where all the athletes stayed for the 2010 Winter Olympic Games. And we will get to see one of those buildings a little better as we carry forward. So this is a flag stop. We don't stop here unless you ask us to, or unless we have somebody that wants to get back on board. Otherwise, we carry right on through. Survived Expo 86. That was the Canada Pavilion. It is now, that is the second building that survived Expo 86. Inside there we have a very wonderful, wonderful place for kids. Test. He didn't have any, he had no intentions whatsoever of it to look the way it did when it was finally built.